This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so team, thanks. Okay, thanks again for joining, and very good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Since our participants are attending from different locations, different countries, so thanks for everyone joining this particular session. Yeah. So about myself, team, someone asked in the chat window. Usually, I don't give my introduction. Okay, about myself, I am Venkat. Okay, where you are seeing all the posts, right? I am the person I am the person the posting. So the whatever the post you see about mainframe openings or anything related to mainframe stuff, so I'm the person who is posting. So I myself Venkat, I have around 12 plus years of experience. So as a mainframe developer and trainer, right? So I hope you can go to my I hope you would have seen my YouTube channel. So you can search my YouTube channel, that is Venkat since 2010. So there you can see a lot of interview questions. Okay, and there are some important topics. Almost all the important topics I posted in our YouTube channel. I request you to visit or watch YouTube, mainframe videos, mainframe stuff in our channel. It is there. So just you have to search for Venkat since 2010. That is our YouTube channel name. Okay. So before I proceed further, any queries? Before I proceed further, do you have any queries? Yeah. So team, without any further ado, we are good to start. Yeah. So before we start, team, from tomorrow, I am going to start myself. I am going to conduct mainframe end-to-end technology training. So where we are going to discuss JCL, VSAM, COBOL, DB2, CICS. So from the scratch, we are going to start mainframe technology training from tomorrow. That is at 9 p.m. Okay, that is at 9 p.m. Right. So team, in our REXX module training. So let me explain what is REXX, what we can do REXX, why it is important. Okay. So based on messages which I got, okay, separately, right? So there are so many questions that what is REXX, why we use. So many are having that particular doubt. So let me explain, team. So REXX is a scripting language. It is a programming language. We use REXX programming language to write the automation scripts. So if you are trying to do some manual work and repeatedly, then that can be automated. That can be automated. Example, you are saying that we can create a automation tools. We can automate something. What type of the automations we can do? All right. Let's say you are a mainframe developer. How REXX is useful to you? First, I will explain the importance of the REXX. Then I will be entering into the table of content. Right. So you might be having a question. Hey Venkat, I am a mainframe developer. I am a mainframe developer. How I can use REXX? I'm working in support project, Venkat. How REXX is useful to me? I'm working in maintenance project. How REXX is useful? I am DB to DBA. How REXX is useful? So REXX is useful for everyone who is working on mainframes. Who is working on mainframe? For everyone, REXX is very important. Okay, let me take one role one by. I'll take each role one by one. Then I'll explain few examples here. Let's say I am a mainframe developer. How REXX is useful? REXX language is useful for me. All right. So team, when you are developing an application, you might be doing repeatedly on daily basis, and in a day you might be doing some commands execution, something you might be doing repeatedly. Okay, so those things you can automate. So you need to recollect what you are doing repeatedly or what you did in your previous experience repeatedly. See, Now you may not be working on development project. You might be working in a support, right? So you would have done something in earlier projects. So what you did repeatedly? So you can recollect them. Those you can automate. I'll give you one example. As a developer, I developed the application programs. So our team developed almost 300 to 500 programs. Okay, it is a long term project. So we developed 300 to 500 projects. Sorry, programs. Now, client asked to check the standards of the application programs. Check the standards of the application program. So, as you know, when you're okay, as a mainframe resource, you know very well, we will follow some standards like variables should start with this WS hyphen, or para names should start number, para name should start with the character. We should have multiple, we should have call statements, or we should not have the call statement. Comments should be there. Picture class should be starting from this particular column. So every perform there is a end perform also should be there, or through keyword should be there. So we can give multiple conditions in the standard tool. Okay, we can give multiple conditions in the standard tool. Right. So I'm repeating. So one is working storage variable should start with the WS hyphen R. Okay, we have to check. Ensure the linkage statements are with LS hyphen R not. Ensure that the file section variable should be FS. Whenever you are writing a firmware, it should have the through para. So it should have through, and that para should end with the exit. Okay, it should end with the exit. So this is something is another validation. Like we can create a REXX automation tool program, okay, to check the standards of the program. Checking for one program 100% is easy. Checking for one program is not a difficult, but we have to check for 300 to 500 programs, 300 programs to 300 programs to 500 programs. So this would be very difficult, right? So 300 to 5 programs checking standards one by one is very difficult. After checking 10 programs, obviously you don't concentrate on all the conditions. Okay, so we might show interest, we may not show interest. We might look into each condition in detail. Some occurrences we may not check. So this is one example as a developer. Okay, so this is the one example for that. Okay, so there you can create a one more automation tool. Okay, there is another automation tool where you have to find the record length of the record structure. Okay, you have to find the record length of the file. So as you know very well, team, in our COBOL type application or online application, we will be having the file copybooks, right? So we will be having the file copybooks or record structure directly in the program itself. Now, if I place the cursor on a particular record header, it should give the record length. Example, here I have something called FS customer data 0 FS customer number pick 9 of 5. Okay, 05 FS C name pick X of 20. So, and I will give a count. So now if I place the cursor on FS data and if I hit the enter, it should give record length called 24, because 20 for C name, 4 bytes will occupy C number, even though it is a 9 of 5, but it is a comp type, so it will occupy 4 bytes. 4 plus 2 20, 24. It should give 24. This is something we need to get, right? So you might be getting a question. Hey Venkat, what is the big deal? Why I have to do this? Okay, we can use file manager and all. So team, Okay, yes, we can use file manager to get the record length of the copybook, no doubt in that. But same requirement will not be there for everyone. File manager may be available, may not be available. The tool which we are using, it might be we can find record length or we may not able to, right? So what I am trying to say here, team, so the requirement which I got, the same requirement is not required at all for you in your project, because so this is customized project. Okay, so the work what I do, the work what you do in your project, the work which I do in my project, altogether different. Okay, there are different requirements, different combinations, hence the REXX automation tool requirements also going to change, right? So as part of those requirements, you may have to find the record length to fix the file attribute mismatch error. So that is 39. So file status code 39 that indicates that file attribute mismatch. So why we will get 39? Our physical record length and record structure, logical record length, both are not same. Then we will get 39. So we have to figure out, right? So whether it is a problem of the physical copybook or logical copybook, we need to figure out. So that time we can use this automation tool, right? So not only these two tools, you can develop, okay, a lot of other automation tools as a developer. So now it's time for you, whether you will attend the course or not, it is okay, but you need to relate, you need to link this particular concept now with your experience. Okay, so Venkat said like this, so what we can automate, can we automate or not? You try to recollect all of them. At the end you can post all your questions, I'll answer whether that can be automated or not. So if you bring to me 100 requirements as a developer, as a tester, as a support team, I can tell 80 to 90% of the requirements we can automate. Means whatever you bring, I can do it. Means we can do it with the help of REXX. There is no concept of we cannot able to do. Yes, obviously it will be there. That is the percentage of not able to do, that is 10%. I'll repeat. If you come up with the 10 automation tool requirements, we can do at least 8 to 9. Means the probability of creating the automation tools for almost the requirements is huge. That is I am trying to convey here. Okay, so it's not, you don't need to listen me team. So go to the Google and try to list your requirement, check there is some discussion is happening in a Google or not. Okay, so this is one example what we can do with the REXX, right? Next, hey Venkat, I am working in support. Okay, I am working in support. How it is going to? So when you are in support team, what is the your regular work? Going to the spool and opening the job and validating that, right? So same thing you can automate it. Okay, you may have to monitor multiple jobs. You may have to monitor multiple jobs. So that time, so we can write a automation tool to read spool data. So usually you would have seen manually, you would have done that, going to the spool manually and opening the spool data and tracking or analyzing the spool output, right? Same thing you can do with the REXX also. Okay, I'll tell you one of my previous experience. Okay, in one project, right? So in one project, so they want to generate a report. Okay, that is mainframe admin project. Okay, so the requirement is that every 2 hours, okay, every 2 hours, after every 2 hours, get the okay, get the jobs which are using most the CPU resources. So you know very well that there are few jobs might be utilizing more resources, more CPU resources. So the requirement is that after every 2 hours, go to the spool, bring these jobs which are utilizing the more resources, and take that particular output as a FTP, pass that particular output as an input to the reporting tool. Okay, Splunk and all. So I'll repeat what I'm. So read spool data after 2 hours. You will get some jobs or resources, something. Okay, so you will get the output. So this output, what we do, we will do a FTP from mainframe to local system. Okay, local system. So these particular local systems will become a input for reporting tools, Splunk or something else. So here in the Splunk, we will take the input of mainframe output and we will generate the dashboard. Okay, we will generate the dashboard so that we can see the outcome in a visualized graphical manner, graphical pattern. We can see the output. So our role is not doing all of them. Splunk, I don't know, right? Frankly speaking, I don't know anything about Splunk. I heard about it. Okay. So what I did in that project, my part is creating automation tool to read the data after every 2 hours and write a JCL for writing the FTP. That's all. So once we do the FTP, anyhow data is available in the local system. The Splunk team will go to every 2 hours will go to this particular location, updated data they will get from the local system, and that Splunk will generate the report. This is something which I got. Okay, so this is the one example for when you are in a support. Okay, so if you, as you know, I guess by this time you would have got. When I say the spool data, you can do a lot of things with the REXX. Okay, next. So as a when you are in mainframe administration or other roles, right? So you can use a JCL. Sorry, you can use REXX to process the JCLs when you are a tester. Okay, so you might be you may have to pass some data. You might be expecting some output. So if you want to do those things, you can do with the REXX. Okay, so using REXX, you can process JCL data, you can process COBOL programs, you can process DB to SQL queries, you can do a lot of things using REXX. Okay, it's time for you to ask the questions because I have given multiple examples. Better to hear from you and share your experiences in your team. So I guess you might be already using some automation tools, okay, that you are not aware that is developed on REXX. Okay, yeah, I would like to hear from you one by one.
Yeah, hi, Venkat. This is Gopi. So when
Yeah,
we want to impact analysis and we would like to replace one kind of string with another kind of string. So suppose if we want to migration any kind of project, so how it be useful? So will it be useful?
100%. Okay, so we have a something called okay, macros. Okay, so with the help of macros, we can create a one small. I can say I'm still entering a small, not a complex. Okay, with a small tool you can do that. Yeah, in fact, we are trying to cover the similar pattern example in our training.
Okay, in this training, macros will be also covered, right?
Yes, yes, it will be covered.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Venkat, can you show us what are the REXX models which you are going to cover for the entire sessions?
Yeah. I'll cover them. Okay. Yeah, sure. Give me some time. First, I'm talking about the REXX importance. Later point, I'm entering into the content. So I would like to tell you the team, don't ask only the questions. I request to share your experience on the tools earlier. Okay, did you use any REXX tool? So you can share that also because you can use this particular 1 hour session or 45 minutes time as a knowledge sharing session also. It doesn't mean that Venkat is scheduled, Venkat is giving a demo, why I have to talk. Always we are good to share our knowledge. Okay, Venkat might be knowing only 10%. You might be knowing 90%, right? Go ahead, team. Any experiences? Anyone wants to ask the question? And so far, what I explained on that. Feel free to ask because everyone here to learn only, right? So
Normally, spool we routed to sysout, right? So how can we read the data from spool?
yeah, so we can do through JCL. We have a utility called SDSF. There are two utilities are there. SDSF utility is there, and in REXX also similar service is there to read the spool data. So you can go to the spool, you can read only particular job. In a particular job, you can see sysout, JES MSG, JES MSG log, message log, and JES JCL. So whatever the DD name, whatever the data set in the spool you want to read, DD name data, you can read it.
Okay, thank you.
Hi Venkat, this is Raju here.
Yeah, go ahead please.
My question is, I am in support support team. Whenever just spool alert came, it reaches 85% and above, we will manually issue the spool commands, and then it will come down. Okay. Is there any
Hmm.
way we can automate it? Like whenever
Yeah,
the spool reaches 85%.
yeah. Whatever the commands you are issuing, maximum you can do it. I can say that yes, we can do it, but what type of the commands you are issuing against the job, against the DD name, I am not sure. Okay, so based on my experience, yes, can be done, but 100% I don't say because what command you are using, I don't know, right? To reduce the utilization, right?
Right, right.
Yes, can be done. Okay, so because you can purge a job. Okay, I'll give you one small example for you here. We can purge a job, or we can cancel the job through REXX code. Now you can relate with the requirement. So when I am able to do this, whether you are able to do them, the other things are not.
Okay. Suppose if we code a JCL, that will issue our commands. And is there any way we can link that job to the alert which we get in the console?
Yes,
Whenever we get,
right.
okay,
Can be. You can mix.
oh,
You can mix with the combination of REXX and JCL. From
okay,
you can include the JCL. So you no need to go to the JCL to submit. Write program to
yes,
submit the JCL.
correct. Whenever that alert comes in the console, it should trigger that job in the CS7.
That we need
That
to look
job,
into.
okay,
Okay, we need to look into
okay,
because third party tools will come into the picture, right? So what is the positive options we are having, we have to look into that because CS7 or control M or OPC, any scheduling tool you are bringing here, so we need to look into that, how much REXX will support our libraries or supports.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi Venkat, good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead one by one.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Venkat, good morning. Revan here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Venkat, I am new to this mainframes domain. I am just a beginner. My friends are working on mainframes. I just want to know the details of the course.
Yeah, so you want to attend the mainframe training, right? Okay, because this
Yeah,
is the REXX training. This is the REXX training.
yeah,
Prerequisite
yeah,
is for
yeah.
yeah, prerequisite is to attend this one, this particular REXX training, you should know mainframes. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
without
I know.
yeah. So then, please wait. You can attend the tomorrow's demo. As I said, tomorrow we have a demo session for mainframe end-to-end technology training at 9 p.m. So evening night 9 p.m. So you can attend.
Okay.
So I will send you the meeting details later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, Venkat. Thank you.
Yeah. Next question, team.
Hi Venkat, this is Swami.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man. It's not a question actually. I would like to share an experience. Okay, one of my previous projects actually, we use TWS as a scheduler. Okay,
okay.
so there actually we there will daily batch. Okay, there will be different kind of applications for daily batch, weekly batch, or monthly or yearly. So okay, so the job in the team job was like. We need to load all the applications relevant for that particular date manually and then execute the batch. Now, actually, what we have done is we have automated this using the ISPF panel and background support by REXX, so that that panel will take your options as if it is a weekly or whatever the batch type and which region we want to execute the batch. So that it will automatically loads all the applications for that relevant batch.
Oh, good, great, great, nice. Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience. Yeah. So anyone wants to add, ask the questions.
Last question, Venkat. So you said 80 to 90% we can automate it. So what are we cannot automate? Any idea?
So, yeah, what we cannot automate, that depends on the total requirement, right? So you want to talk to CA7, you want to talk to control M, okay, and you want to do something in the control M. Those scenarios, because both are not connect, okay, we might be having some libraries, we may not be having some services, correct? So those scenarios only I'll say that no. Okay, see, if you want to process something in a COBOL, 100% you can do anything. JCL, you can do it. But when you are talking about other components in mainframe, changeman, endeavor, expeditor, so you want to try all these combinations part. Okay, so those things generally we cannot automate.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any last question before I entering into the TOC, table of content? Yeah. So team, yes, okay. So let me talk about this particular table of content. So first we are starting with the topic called Introduction to REXX. So what is REXX and REXX components and features of the REXX? Okay. So even if you don't know anything about REXX before, yes, you are good to attend because we are starting from this scratch. So here I want to raise a one question as a participant. REXX is easy to learn or difficult? So I'll compare like this thing. COBOL is easy compared to Java. Okay, REXX easy compared to COBOL. When you compare with the COBOL, REXX is easy more than COBOL. Okay, so now you can understand it, right? So we don't have so many rules when you're writing the program. Very less rules to write the programs. Okay, if you know, if you know what are the things are there in a REXX and how to use them, 100%, you can create any complex tool. So the thing is, only secret is what are the things are there in REXX, when what I have to use. If these three things you know, then you can create any automation tool. Okay, that I can tell you confidently. But how you get all of them? First, you have to get a basic knowledge, then do more hands-on. Automatically, you can able to learn lot of in-depth you can learn. That is I can say. Yeah. So coming back to the content, so we are going to see how to write the REXX program. There are different ways to execute the REXX program. We are going to see different ways of executing, like we can execute through JCL, we can write, we can execute in implicit. There is something called implicit execution and explicit execution. So as I said earlier, REXX is a programming language. So obviously in a programming language, we will be having the operators. So what are the relational operators, logical, concatenation arithmetic operators. Then we are having something called built-in functions. As you know, team, in COBOL we use very less built-in functions, even though there are so many. Okay, but in REXX we predominantly we use built-in functions. Built-in is nothing but predefined functions to reduce the length of the code to save the implementation time. For that we use predefined functions. So there is something called system defined functions, and we will be discussing conditional statements, if condition and switch case, and we will be seeing the loops. Okay, so we have a do loop, for loop, all of them we are going to see. Parse is a powerful keyword. It is a five characters keyword, but without parse we don't write any REXX complex automation tool. Like when you see the JCL, procedure is mandatory, but procedure is altogether is a complex topic, right? But parse is a very simple keyword, but you can do lot of things, and we have to use parse to develop any automation tool. Okay, so then later we will see the debugging, which means that okay, you're written the program, you are not getting as expected output. So then we can write a trace keyword. Okay, we can use trace keyword to debug the REXX program, how the program is executing interactively. So how each line is executing, what is the input, what is the output of each line. That all the things we can discuss. Then we have something called subroutines, like how to declare a functions which is equivalent to performs in COBOL, how to declare subroutines, okay, and how to call them, how to pass the data, all of them we are going to see. Till first to 12, till 12th topic are basics. Okay, it's a basics. 13th topic we are entering into the another level. This is a level 1 content, I can say. Level 2 content, I can say this is the content. How we process files. It can be a sequential file or it can be a PDS file, right? How to read the data from file, how to write the data into file, and different ways of creating the files, how we can copy the data from one file to another file in different ways. Okay, so because why I am saying different ways, in few scenarios only one approach is valid, we cannot go with other approaches, but in other requirements second approach is the best option. If you know all the approaches, when you are working on automation tool, you can choose the best and appropriate one, right? Next, so renaming and deleting the files. So once we are done with the file handling, I am going to explain 4 automation tools. It can be either simple or complex. I am going to create in this particular training itself in front of you. Okay, in the class I will write the code from the scratch. So then we will discuss macros. So there, as our colleague asked, right, we are going to discuss couple of macros, and with the help of macros I am going to create automation tools. Then how to read the spool data. So we will be discussing 3-4 demos on this. Then this is just introduction. We don't do practical part connecting to the DB2. We will be seeing 1 or 2 demos, practical demos on ISPF panels. So once we have done all the topics, we will create 2 more tools. Altogether 5 to 6 automation tools you will get in part of this, as part of this particular training. So these are all the topics we are going to cover in this particular training team. Now, so once you complete the training, and if you do hands-on on daily basis or weekly, if you do 3 hours, that is enough for REXX. If you are attending Mainframe, I don't say that weekly you do 3-4 hours. Okay, so when you are attending Mainframe technology training, always you have to do daily basis. But when it comes to the REXX, just if you sit for 3 or 4 hours in a week, you can complete it. But since you are attending to ask the more questions in the next session, better you do daily practice. So you do the daily practice, okay, and if you are doing daily practice, I will give more assignments, more business requirements which I got in my experience, which I did it, right? So at the end of the training, you will be able to write, you will be able to create automation tools yourself, okay? So that to that level I can take you. So on top of that, in depth, if you want more, you have to practice, you have to take few 10 requirements, 5 requirements, you have to create yourself requirements, then work on it. So when you're working on the requirement, you will get logics, and you will come to know what are the challenges are there, and when we have to use all the things you are going to learn, you are going to get at the end of the training. Okay, so as you know, the session would be 7:30 to 8:30. Okay, today is the demo session. So from tomorrow we are having regular sessions. Okay, from tomorrow we will be having the regular session. Tomorrow at 7:30, the day one session is going to start. The topic we are going to take is introduction to REXX, features of the REXX, how to write the REXX programs. Okay, so and Monday to Friday there will not be any session on weekend. Saturday, Sunday, weekend sessions will not be there. It will take 12 days minimum. It might take 15 days also. Depends on our interaction. If we don't ask the questions, obviously it will not take more time, right? When you are attending the meetings, office meetings, when somebody start asking, then discussion is going to extend different ways. The speaker will try to explain, or you will ask different way, the speaker will explain different ways. Obviously the time is going to extend. Similarly, so when you are asking more questions, it will take more days. I'm ready to take even more than 15 days also. Okay, there is no rule that Venkat said that only 12 days, you will take only 12 days, like that. So we don't have such a rule. Okay, if it is needed, if it is required, as per our content, on our content, if you are asking the questions and it is taking more than 3 hours, obviously I'll accept and I'll take it. Okay, if it is required, I'll take 20 days also, but depends on your discussions. Yeah, so if anyone is interested to continue our training from tomorrow, I would like to, I'll tell you that you can ping me on my WhatsApp number. Now it's time for you to ask the questions. Yes, Prabhakaran asked, is REXX available in all mainframe installation? Yes, very good. So team, yes, if you want to do the hands-on, right, you can do on mainframe server, your server, okay? There is no need of approvals from the client or your manager. If you want to do DB2 and CICS, yes, I don't recommend, I don't say that, yes, you can do on the client server, but REXX you can do it until unless if you don't write the infinite loop. Okay, if you write the infinite loop, then you are in trouble. If you do, until you don't write the infinite loops, you can good to use your client environment also to write the simple REXX programs. There will not be a problem. So you might be asking the question, is it special configurations are required? No, not at all. Okay.
Hi Venkat.
Next. Yeah.
Hi Venkat. After the completion of this training, are we going to get the recordings of this training?
No, you don't get the recording videos. Okay. You have to feel this as a live and classroom training, even though you are connecting virtual. So when you are attending the classroom training, so what we do, we will go to the classroom, we will attend the session, and we'll whatever we have understood, we will do that. Same approach I will follow here also. So we don't give the recording videos at all until unless if you miss 1 or 2 sessions. Let's say after 1 week due to your personal work or office work, you are not able to attend. Okay, since it's a morning session and last night due to office work you could not able to wake up early. Yes, you are good to inform me that I need recording video as I am not going to attend for that session, recorded video, but not on daily basis. There is a reason for that also. what happened? People are paying the money, and they will say that we will attend the live session. From third or fourth day, they don't attend at all. So that is impacting my training flow. Okay, so the intention is live, right? The intention when it is a live, everyone should attend. If you are not able to attend live sessions, yes, you can opt only pure recorded videos. That is the intention also, right? You are intentionally attending for live sessions, and people are now half of the 50% of the participants are dropping after third or fourth day because we are providing the recorded videos. That is how they are feeling. So that is the reason we dropped from that approach since long.
Okay, thank you.
Venkat,
What
what
is
is
the
the fees?
fee?
We will discuss
Thank you.
fees we will discuss offline, okay, except that anything technical I would like, because in this forum I don't want to talk about financial matters, okay. Yeah, apart from that you are good to discuss anything very technical, so that others also will come to know that.
Anything IMS DB, Venkat DBDC?
IMS DB I will do cover, but as of now there is no plan to conduct IMS DB, but you can opt for the recorded videos.
Okay, so even assembler also, right?
Yeah. So we are having this stuff.
Venkat, if I don't have permission to practice in client server, how can I practice? Is there any other way?
Yeah, you can take ID. I mean, we can take the ID from. Okay, I can provide the ID, because even
Uh-huh.
I am taking the ID on rent basis. So we have to share that. If you are
Okay.
able to get, you will get the ID. Okay. Yes, you are going to get the ID. That is not a problem. That we will discuss.
Okay. Thank you.
So Venkat, you'll be telling us how to install the emulator and all, right? If you use the TSO ID.
Yes. Yeah, if you take the ID from my side, right? Yes, you are going to get it that also. I'll guide you in the class.
Okay.
Okay,
So
thank you,
team,
Venkat.
yeah. Any other queries? Yeah, thanks. Please ask if any questions are there. If I did not any explain anything, or if I missed anything, yes, you are good to ask me. But our regular sessions will start from tomorrow only, team.
Venkat, if we are having any kind of doubts in sessions, if we need a one-to-one discussion, will you give that actually?
I generally, if it is a time-taking session, then I will go with a one-to-one, because we have to respect others' time also. But the question which is simple means you will ask the question whether it is a simple, to give the answer. It is if I feel the simple, we can discuss in the classroom itself, okay, because so that others also will come to know. Okay, we no need to tell your question or requirement and the client name. You no need to tell the client name and all. So I always recommend to discuss the questions in the classroom itself, okay, so that they will come, they also will get an idea. Oh, this is another approach. Okay, this type of the requirements will come, right? Yes, so you can ask. Now let's say I might need 15 minutes to explain for that. Yes, this should be, it should be no, I should know, this particular question should know for everyone, and should know the answer also. Then I will address in the class itself, because it's anyhow it's a sharing only, right? So why we have to connect one to one, until unless it is a project specific, and you want to talk something related to project. Okay, I hope I addressed your question. But yes, can be done. Okay, so one to one can be done, but let's see, depends on the question.
You will be only training all these technologies, Venkat? Or anybody, your assistants or some of your colleagues are like that?
So now I am the person who will give, except assembler.
Okay,
Except assembler, everything will be done by me only.
all right.
And Venkat, will you be sharing any document for reference for future
Yeah,
reference?
very good. Yeah, what I do, team, I am writing in the class notes, right? This is called class notes. Okay, you have to come to the session and sit. That's all. Okay, you don't need to write anything, because whatever I am writing on the server, mainframe server, I'll be copying and pasting in the notepad. I will show you what I did in the recent batch. Okay, online batches, and let's stop this recent one. So I'm going to COBOL. See, these are all the days. Okay, day one I written something, and I will share that the same day or next day. I will share these class notes. So I'll open this. I explained. I'll write on the. Okay, so I will share the Softcopy material and along with the class notes. Okay, so something I explained. What if it is a classroom? We will write on the board, but it is a live, so I'll be writing on the notepad. Yeah.
If you want
So
to
if
talk
you
with
want,
you, what is your contact number? The
yeah, it
top.
is there on the, it is there now. Here.
Yeah, 799.
Yeah, yeah. See, this is our YouTube channel, Venkat since 2010. So someone who joined our this particular demo first time you are hearing my voice, please request you to please visit our YouTube channel. Okay, most of them aware my YouTube channel, but still there are some people may not be knowing. So I request you to please go to this video, this one. There are sample videos are there on REXX, similar demo session and other 1 or 2 sessions, and other stuff also. We will come to know about my skill and presentation.
Venkat, one
That,
question I have. As you spoke about the upcoming mainframe session, so just quickly want to ask you that do you have any sessions separately for DBAs like for IMS DB or DB2 DBAs?
No, no, I will be getting into only development, okay, not DBS. Okay, we
Okay.
don't have, okay, we don't have contacts also to arrange that to give you.
Hi Venkat, I have a question.
Yeah,
So like I have seen the content of your course. So you said like till the point 12, it is going to level 1. I mean, it is going to cover very basics of the REXX content, right? Even if we are going to some online part, if you browse like tutorialspoint.com or IBM Mainframer, so most of these topics are covered, and even few people have knowledge on these very basics, but we don't have any kind of practical knowledge on these basics. So my interest is like covering most on the second part of the your course content. So how much time you are going to concentrate on part 1, and how much time it would be on part 2? Because if you are going to cover most of the time on the basics itself, probably I may not be interested on that one. So just want to check on this one.
yeah, it's a very good question. Better to get the clarity before you proceed further or before you join. Okay, see, yes, in our context, you know very well the basics. Okay, but most of the participant doesn't know the basics, right? So I'm going to give weightage for each, same weightage for all the topics, which means that for your question, for to give this tight answer, so till 12th topic I'm going to take 6 to 8 days, because if you see 1 to 3 one day, 1 to 3 one day 1 hour, then operators is 1 or 2 days, and this particular things in 1 or 2 days, then this is like you take 2 3 topics one day. Okay,
Mhm.
so we will take of 7 to 8, 5 to or 6 to 8 days minimum to cover 12th one. And the thing is, we don't give the definition itself, right? I will bring real time example also. you know Built-in function means take only max min. Once I'm done with the built-in functions, I will relate with the real time examples. Okay, so that is the reason I my course is useful for most of them, right? And here we are spending half of the time. Okay, if I spend 6 days on the above, I'll spend 6 days, because to explain read and write itself only for file handling, for me it will take 3 days. For 13th topic itself, 2 to 3 days it will take, because so there are different ways to execute, right? So then to explain these automation tools again 1 or 2 days, macros and automation tools 2 days, 2 days equivalent to 1 hour. So these two, what are 2 days? I hope you got the answer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Any other queries, team? So what is the next process, team? You have to ping me on my WhatsApp number to continue further, so that I can send you the meeting details for tomorrow's session for our regular sessions. This is a demo session. Link is available only for today. Go
Venkat,
ahead.
any information about the fees and all?
Fees,
What is
right?
the fees and how to pay it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you all. Okay, this is my Google Pay number, Phone Pay or Google Pay number. We will discuss on the offline. Okay, you can discuss on the WhatsApp. Okay, team. So if there are no queries, I guess we are good to close. Yeah. Thanks, team. Thanks for joining. I hope you got some at least some
One
information.
question. Will we getting any certificate or any
No, 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 no. We are no, sorry. I'm an individual contributor, and even if I give the certificate, no use. Okay. So if you get certificates somewhere from like IBM, Coursera, or Infosys, some MNC companies, it has a weightage. Even if small institute gives also no use, right? Because who will
any
recognize?
any exam or will be conducted at the end to rate something to review?
No, we don't have such exams. Okay. Yes, if you want to test your knowledge, your learning, I will give some assignments. Please give the solution to me. I'll understand. Okay, yeah, this is the right way. I'll try to do that.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, team. So if there are no queries, we are good to close. Thanks for joining the demo team. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you.